Okay, so here we are with another Draw with Dove live stream. Looks like I'm about 10 minutes early. I'd call that pretty close to on time, so all things considered, pretty good. It is Fairy February or Fabuary or whatever you want to call it. I'm honestly not sure which is the correct one, so I don't know. You decide. Anyway, what I'm going to be drawing is another fairy, just like last time, to stay with the theme of the February fairy February month that it is. So I may as well just get into it. Is my page? Yeah, my page is there. Yeah, centered. Yeah, I'll just jump right in, I guess. I moved this to the weekends based on a popular vote. So here's hoping you guys don't mind it being on the weekends. It's kind of nice though, because it makes it so that I can do one a week instead of one every other week, because on Mondays every other week I had a standing appointment, so I couldn't do it every week. I just said week a whole bunch. That's annoying. Anyway, I don't know why I'm erasing that. So I get to be more consistent anyway, is the point. And so that's nice. Even though it's the weekend, I feel like today feels like a Monday. That may be because I'm used to making these on Mondays, or it could be because I am just really tired. The weather here is not great. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty rough. Just cold. So I'm glad to just be staying indoors and drawing. That's why I lit my candle. This one's called Sweater Weather. I thought it was fitting given the bad weather that we're having. Plus, I just like how it smells. Thanks. I am a big fan of candles myself. My sister Allie is obsessed. She has so many candles. It's ridiculous. Her room is just like lined with candles. And my sister, she's technically my aunt, but she's only 4 years older than me. So we grew up together. She actually makes candles. Works for a company that makes candles. So that's pretty cool. This pose is looking really stiff for some reason. Whatever. We'll work with it. Do I want the wings to be down? I think actually what would be cool is if instead I had her hand kind of like this. How would this work? Her wings could be like draped over her shoulder. That would be kind of cool. Now, either this will work out as being really cool or really dumb. So we're gonna They're gonna see how it works. Hi. How are you doing, Cheryl? Enjoying this? Well, I don't know if it's windy where you are, but for me it's windy weather. Okay. Let's work on the face a bit more. Oh, you got some rain. We don't have rain here. Just when I guess it could be raining actually. I can't really tell from where I am. I do see that the window has little bits of raindrops on it, but it doesn't look like it's currently raining. No, the last fairy I did looking very human-esque. And I originally thought I was going to do this one the same. But I kind of want to make her look less human. So I want to make her look more insect-y. Because, I don't know, in my mind, fairies would look more like a human, but pixies, because they're smaller, they'd look more like insects. I don't know. It's just my mind. Making arbitrary decisions with absolutely no basis or reasoning at all. That being said, I still want to give her hair because I like drawing hair. That's really the only reason. I'm drawing like a braid, maybe. Pointies. I'm going for like a little moth-like thing here. It's not really coming across, but whatever. It's just a sketch. Thank you, Coral. I appreciate that. I don't know why I'm so focused on this one. Usually I end up talking more. I don't know. I could think the first couple I had a lot of things to say because I hadn't really said anything yet. Now it's like I've already said things. And I know that a lot of the audience is new. But I don't know what I've said or not said. Yeah, so with sketching, it's just a lot of just a lot of me just making random, arbitrary decisions and seeing if they work out. If we're being honest, most of my sketches turn out not that great, or kind of weird, into something like where I don't really know what's going on. And I find it a little questionable myself. But that's kind of the point of sketching. It's not really meant to be like a good finished product. If you end up with one that's a good finished product, then that's great. But if you don't, then it's not really the end of the world. That whole idea of having like a curated sketchbook is something like I always wanted, but eventually I kind of just realized like, yeah, that's not actually ever going to happen, because no matter how hard you try, it's going to just not work out. There's always going to be at least 1 or 2 sketches in your sketchbook that you don't like. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to like some of them. Not to say they're not good. I mean, other people would probably look at them and think that they're good. But you yourself are not going to like them. Because you'll look at them and you'll be like, yeah, that was terrible. I did this and this wrong. And because we self-critique ourselves harder than other people would, because we have high expectations. And that's normal, and that's fine. And I think getting to that point and just actually being able to recognize that. Well, thank you. I like antennae personally. I think they're cute. Being able to recognize that and accept that as like my sketchbook is going to be full of some really ugly drawings and some really bad ideas, just took some pressure off of what I was doing. And actually made it so I was more willing to share my sketchbook with people. Because before I was like, no, I can't share it. It looks so bad. Or like, oh, it's so full of so many unfinished pieces and things like that. Like previously, my sketchbook was full of like completely finished artwork. Like I would have a sketch that I inked and then I colored like with paint or pencil crayons or whatever. And like each page had like a fully finished piece of art. It wasn't really a sketchbook. It was just a book of artwork. And making myself do that on every single page was a lot of pressure. And it was very unnecessary. And I don't think it was actually helping. I think it was actually hindering my ability to progress, because it was making it so that I wasn't actually drawing as much as I could or should. Because I would dread drawing a bad picture, and I wouldn't want to risk wasting a page on something that was not good enough. And that was just, it wasn't the right attitude to have, and it was something I needed to correct in my own thinking. I mean, not to say that some people aren't able to do like amazing piece of art after amazing piece of art. Some people are. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. And I think those people are, I don't know, they defy logic, personally. If you are one of those people that can just do amazing piece of art after amazing piece of art, then, like, that's amazing. Good for you. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But odds are, even if you are doing amazing piece of art after amazing piece of art, there's probably some that you're not happy with. And other people would think that you're stupid because they probably think that they're amazing. I mean, even Leonardo da Vinci technically never finished the Mona Lisa. He just died, and so he stopped working on it because he was dead. So, like, what are you gonna do? Something I really hate drawing. Feet. Something about them, they're always so weird looking. Pretty sure I didn't draw enough toes, but you know what? Whatever. She's a fairy, maybe she doesn't have all her toes. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I did draw enough toes. Just can't tell because it's all covered in pencil. Another thing about sketching, sometimes you sketch in the same spots too many times and then you can't see what's happening. Which is why I try to sketch really light at first, so that when I cover it over darker, I can actually see what's happening. And I don't just get lost like in these side of the toes. It's like, what's happening here? But you know, whatever. I mean, as long as I know what's happening, it doesn't really matter. It's not like this is a finished piece of artwork for everybody to look at. This is not gallery quality art, that's for sure. So, it's okay. Yeah. So now that I have like most of my sketch in, you can like go through and darken up what you like, hopefully hide what you don't like her weird wrist joint here, that looks super good. Not at all like she broke her wrist. I'm gonna just like make that wing kind of look like it's coming over there. Yeah, see that? Boom, fix that. Cause see, that's what was supposed to be happening. Still looks a little weird, but whatever. This is where shading comes in handy, because if it was shaded, you would be able to tell that this is supposed to be over top of the hand. Not that her hand has like some sort of weird gimpy wrist, but like I don't have shading on this yet, so just makes her look like she has a weird rubber arm. What are you gonna do? But I mean, I don't know. She's a fairy, so I guess like she could have a weird rubber arm. Who's to say that she doesn't? Well, I mean, I guess I could say that she doesn't because I drew her. Ow, just broke my lid. Thank you. I like the wings too. I decided to use these ones as like a cloak thing. These ones probably should have been down more like this, honestly. They're a little bit too perky. I might fix that. I mean, like, realistically, you wouldn't be able to use your own wings as a shawl because they would have to be like made of a stiffer. I don't know, like, my brain keeps trying to use the word material, but that's not right. But they'd have to be stiffer to actually be able to fly. They wouldn't be able to be like soft, like silk or fabric. They'd have to be quite stiff to actually be able to hold you. Like the weight of you, aerodynamics and whatnot. But for the sake of this drawing, it's cute. So yeah, this is bothering me that these are really just way too out there. So I'm gonna fix it. Yeah, see, because that looks like they're just too perky. They need to be more relaxed. Because if her wings are soft enough to be able to go over her shoulder, then that means that they should be hanging downward more. Like this. Because they look like they have this heavy weight to them, almost like silk. So that makes more sense. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now, just for my own sanity, I will add just a little bit of shading because I like shading. I think it just makes the sketch look a little bit more complete, less like, oh, I did a sketch, and more like, oh yeah, this was an idea I had, and so I sketched it out. Of course, that's just my opinion, which, doesn't really matter all that much. I like doing it this way because then I can use the different directions to create some depth, hatching, cross hatching, all that. I started doing that one. There's this one year where I drew only with a ballpoint pen, and so I had to get creative with how to shade. And that's when I started doing this kind of cross hatching. I don't really know now why I did that year, but I did. I think I just really liked this one pen because it looked almost like a pencil, but it was a pen, so. Sometimes I get these weird ideas in my head of things I'm gonna do, and then I just do them. But you know, I always learn something, so as long as you can learn something from an experience, I think it's something that's good to do. And there we go. Yeah, and I don't know what this is called. I don't know if it's called February or February or whatever, but there you go. Here it is. Finished and completed. Get the whole thing in there. There we go. And yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for joining, and I will see you guys next week.